Hello everyone, hope you have an amazing day and welcome back to my channel. Today we discuss about the nature and importance or significance of management. Management is universal in the modern industrial world. Every organization requires the making of decisions, the coordinating of activities, the handling of people, and the evaluation of performance directed toward group objectives. Numerous managerial activities have their own particular approach to specific types of problems and are discussed under such headings: farm management, management of health delivery system, college management, government management, marketing management, production or operation management, and others. Certain fundamental changes in society have altered the relative opportunities in management. In the past, management developed in the industrial and business sector. In 1980s, opportunities are developing more rapidly in the following ways: post industrial society, service oriented organizations now are the dominant and most dynamic parts of the economy. Growth in the public sector, although the profit oriented firms remain important in the US, public agencies, health maintenance organizations, and non profit associations are increasingly at a more rapid pace. Women in management, the role of women as a manager has increased in the 1990s, and these new factors has made a significant impact on management thinking. Emerge of information society. New technology is revolutionizing the flow of information and organizational structure also. Entrepreneurship, small new businesses provide the leading edge for the American economy. Meaning of management. The chief characteristics of management is the integration and application of the knowledge and analytical approaches developed by numerous disciplines. What then is his management and what does it do? In general uses, the word management identifies a special group of people whose job is to direct the effort and activities of other people toward common objectives. Simply stated, management gets things done through other people. Management is defined as the process by which a cooperative group directs action toward common goals. This process involves techniques by which a distinguishable group of people, that is manager, coordinates activities of other people. Manager seldom actually perform the activities themselves. The concept of management has broadened in scope with the production or introduction of new perspectives by different fields of study. The study of management has evolved into more than the use of means to accomplish given ends. Today, it includes moral and ethical questions concerning the selection of the right ends towards which manager should strive. Harbison's and Mayer offered a classic threefold concept for emphasizing a broader scope for the viewpoint of management. They observe management as an economic resources, a system of authority, and a class of elite. As viewed by the economist, management is one of the factors of production, together with land, labor, and capital, the combination of three important part of our society. As viewed by a specialist in administration and organization, management is the system of authority. As viewed by a sociologist, management is a class and status system. Function of management. Now we discuss about this. One way to view the progress or process of management is to identify the basic functions which together make up the process. Different authorities offer different names for the key functions of management. However, there is general agreement on most of the actual duties of the manager. The following 7 functions will be used to describe the job of management. Decision making, first of all. The process by which a course of action is consciously chosen, available alternatives for the purpose of achieving a desired result. Number 2, organizing. The process by which the structure and allocation of jobs are determined. Staffing. Number 3, the process by which manager select, train, promote and retire subordinates. Number 4, planning. The process by which a manager anticipates the future and discovers alternative courses of action open to him. Controlling. The process that measures current performance and guides it toward some predetermined goals. Communicating. The process by which ideas are transmitted to others for the purpose of effecting a desired result. Directing, that means leadership, the process by which actual performance subordinates is guided towards common goals. All these functions are closely interrelated. However, it is useful to treat as a separate process for the purpose of spelling out the detailed concepts important to the whole job of the manager. At times, it may be desirable to consider several functions jointly in order to show their close interrelationship. A list of management functions is merely a useful analytical device for stressing the basic elements inherent in the job of management. At times, it might be desirable to identify sub-functions for purpose of emphasizes. Leadership involves personal qualities which enable one person to induce others to follow. These qualities are particularly important to the directing the functions of management. Now, the roles of manager. Now we discuss about this. So, Mintzberg grouped 10 basic roles performed by managers as interpersonal, informational and decisional. These roles organized sets of behaviors belonging to a position describe what managers actually do, whereas functions of managers had historically described what managers should do. The interpersonal role where these a manager is a symbol or a figure-headed. This role is necessary because of the position occupied and consists of such duties as signing certain documents required by law and officially receiving visitors. A manager serves as a leader, that is, hires, trains, encourages, fires, remunerates, and judges. A third interpersonal role is that of serving as liaison between outside contacts set as the community suppliers and others, and the organizer. The informational roles found by Mintzberg were there. These as mentor or as a monitors manager gathered information in order to be well informed. Managers are disseminators of information flowing from both external and internal sources. Managers are spokesperson or representatives of the organizations. Mintzberg decisional roles where these managers are entrepreneurs, are initiators, innovators, problem discoverers and designers of improvement, project that direct and control change in the organization. As disturbance handler, managers react to situations that are unexpected, such as resignations of subordinates, firings, or losses of customers. The third decisional role is that the resource allocator. Finally, managers are negotiator. At times, this role can be partially delegated. However, managers assume its conflicts arise. Now, developing future managers. The need for managers will increase with the development of more complex enterprises. Rapid growth of knowledge useful to management will demand a higher quality of managers. Greater effect is being development of persons who can better perform managerial functions also. More recently, attention has been given to organizational development, that is OD, which includes the process of re-education and training to increase the adaptability of the organization to environmental requirements also. Organizational development does is a broad subject area of the process of the re-education and training to increase the adaptability of the organization to environmental requirements. Organizational development does is a broad subject area of management since its focus is on a group adaptation rather than personal relationships quality. One approach suggested by Robert Kurtz is to explain the skills which can be developed in this approach. Three skills are fundamental. First, technical, second, human, third, conceptual. Technical skills relate to the proficiency of performing an activity in the current manner and with the right techniques also. Human relations concentrates on developing the skills of cooperating with others. The third skill involves conceptual ability to see individual matters as they relate to the total picture. These skills is most difficult to describe, yet it is the most important, especially at higher levels of an organization. Conceptual skill depends on developing and creative sense of discovering new and unique ideas also. Development of management thought. Pre-scientific management era, problems of administrations were of interest to student to government even in ancient Greek and Bible times or biblical times. The Bible, for example, explains organizational problems faced by Moses in leading his people. Histories of a Roman Empire contains informations on how administrative problems were handled. Classical management. By 1886, the American Society of Mechanical Engineers was an established professional society holding meeting at which leaders presented technical papers. In that year, Henry R. Toyne, president of Yale and Tony Manufacturing Company, presented a paper. The engineer is an economist and made a plea to the society to recognize management as a separate field of study. At the time that Towie papers was presented to the ASME, Frederick W. Taylor was an operating manager at the Midvale Street Works. He had progressed from the level of workers in the plant, where he had been able to observe the accepted practices of the time. Taylor noticed that managers were supposed to pick up their management skill through trial and error. Two of the Taylor specific contribution resulted from these thinking. Experiments with Mansell White led the development of high speed cutting steel that trebled production. Interest in motivating the worker to greater effort led to a piece rate system of wage payment based upon a definite time standards. The essence of scientific management was in four general areas. The discovery, through use of the scientific method, the base of basic elements of man's work to replace rules of thumb, the identifications of management functions of planning work instead of allowing work men to choose their own methods, the selection of training of workers and the development of corporation instead of encouraging individualistic efforts by employees, the division of work between management and the workers so that each would perform those duties for which he was best fitted, with the uh, resultant increase in efficiency. Now, behavioral and quantitative approaches to management. In the last 50 years, many disciplines have been active in making contributions to the development of thought. The fields of public administrations and business education have felt more than any others the impact of the diversification or diversified attack on current practices and past thought by disciplines that previously had little to offer the practicing manager. And early contributors to the psychology and sociology of the management, Mary Parker Follett attempt to interpret classical management principle in terms of the human factors. She proposed four principles as guided to management thinking. Number one, coordinations by direct contact of the responsible people concerned. Number two, coordination in the early stages. Number three, coordination as the reciprocal relating to all the factors in the situation. Number four, coordination as the continuing processes. Now, overviews of shifts in focus in management thought. The development of management thought over the last 100 years has not been a single continuation or continuous stream from one sources. That has been a process of integrating idea from a number of streams. Furthermore, during this development, the focus on attention has shifted from one stream to another. From 90s to 1930, the major focus is on the physical factors as viewed from the industrial engineering and economics. Between 1930 and 1960, the focus shifted to the human efforts or factors affecting productivity, with supporting efforts from managerial accounting and classical concepts of personnel and finance. During 1960s, as a result of reports prepared for the Ford and Carnegie Foundation, emphasis was placed on achieving precision through the use of quantitative methods, mathematics and statistics, and the behavioral sciences, philosophical, psychological, sociological, and anthropology. Computer systems thinking developed rapidly during these decades as techniques for management. The trend in the 1970s focused on organizational behavior, built on the behavioral approach as almost synonymous with management. The overview of the historical development of management indicates two concurrent opposing trends over time. First, periodically, specialist in one or two streams of thought have attempted to narrow management topics to the particular to a stream of research. The emphasis on organization behavior in the 1970s, yet second new demands by society on management have continually expanded the scope of management to include new streams of thoughts. The present attention to the environment, legal and ethical issues and information systems. That's the end of the video, my friends. If you like my videos or blogs, please subscribe my channel. Thanks a lot for watching.